Hey, what's happening, everybody? It is Thursday night, time for another episode of Thrifty Business. I'm your one host, Jason Thrifts, and with me, my producer and halftime co-host, when she's not busy.
I know.
Debbie, how the heck are you, Debs?
I'm good. Glad to be back.
Yeah, good to see you. I missed you. I haven't seen you in a while.
But you have some great co-hosts, so I leave you in good hands.
Oh, you do. But I do miss hanging out with my Debbie.
Yeah.
So let's get right to our first segment to introduce our guest. And now it's time for Jay's Tiki Talk. Each week I drink a different rum out of a different tiki mug and try and match it up to my guest. All right, our guests tonight are Ken and Anna Foutz. Anna's missing, but she will be here by the time we get to the interview portion. Also, I am well aware that you can hear a little bit of me talking. Ken's on his phone because his computer just wasn't working for us. So I'll take it because I can see Ken. Hi, Ken. How are you?
You're all frozen on my end, but I can hear you.
Oh, well, we're going to have one of those nights. Technology. Yeah. All right. So, the topic of this week was having a successful eBay business alongside a career and family and dogs, and how do you have enough time in the day? So my tiki mug tonight is a tiki cuckoo clock. That seemed apropos.
That's
and
awesome.
Ken, what is the first thing you look for when you walk into a thrift store?
What's the first thing I look for?
Yeah.
Hawaiian shirts.
So that's why I had rum from Hawaii ready to go. Hawaiian shirts, rum from Hawaii. So there it is. Perfect. Yes, Ken's a good Hawaiian shirt hunter and a moose hunter. So sit back, relax, and when we see you again, Anna should be sitting next to you.
Hopefully.
Oh, Debbie, I'm sorry.
You always forget me, but that's okay.
No, I didn't even ask Ken what he's drinking.
You have a shirt that matches your tiki mug?
No.
I used the child because they're in California and kids down there. And this drink is called What the Doctor Ordered. It's a little plantation with some Dr. Pepper.
Now which plantation? There's like 20 plantations.
I knew you'd ask me that. I think like number 5 years or something.
All right, 5 years, good.
Cheers.
And Ken, what's in yours?
Diet Coke.
All right. Well, good. That's a good alternative. I love it. All right. Sit back and relax. And we'll see you in a little bit. And cheers, everybody. Good to see y'all. And now it's time for our scores of the week. These are the items that you should be on the lookout for when you're out thrifting. Oops. Ba-dow. There we go.
Okay, this is a big flat piece of metal that someone in the family no longer wanted and was going to get rid of, so we grabbed it and we sold it for $49.99 pretty quickly.
I mean, I saw this. I'm like, that's not a $50 item.
Yeah, it's a heavy piece of flat metal. When we took it to the post office, she goes, "What is this?" We told her. She goes, "Did you guys make it?" I said, "Nope."
Nice, good job.
Yeah. And then this is a book sold for full price of $50. Bill found 4 of these for 99 cents each at a thrift store. Score. So this is the first one to sell. Iron Kingdoms.
Were they all sitting together?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
I've taught him well.
Yes.
And then this is a set of books. We paid $6 for these when we were in Knoxville, Tennessee, and we learned from you, and we put them in our suitcase and brought them home and sold them pretty quickly for $59.
Wow, so that's some dude's breakdown of the Bible. Is that what that is?
Commentaries. Yeah, they're a commentary. Every commentary set we ever find, a lot of them are 6 volumes, but we always sell them. So keep your eyes open for these.
All right, cool. I've never seen such a thing. I didn't know that.
I like Jason's commentary about Tiki, but that's about.
Was this yours as a child?
No, this is from our profit pile. I paid $6.99 for it quite a while ago, and Bill got it listed. It sold like really quick for full $39.99. Just a cutest little dress. And now I guess it probably would be cottage core.
Oh, for sure. Nice.
Yeah, isn't it cute?
Good job. All right, so don't know if Dawn is in the chat, but every once in a while I recognize the name of something I'm selling to from someone from watching the show or the thrifting board or the Seeker Beach. And because also it's not often that when you sell a piece of clothing, you get a picture back from the person wearing the clothing. So I picked up these Jams Converse All-Stars at Buffalo Exchange and sold them on eBay. And they fit perfectly. So I don't know, Dawn, if you're in here. So hi, Dawn. Thanks for the purchase. And thanks for the picture, because it's always nice to see something in use. All right. For now. Are you selling on Facebook platforms like Marketplace? I did. And the customer was so happy to give me $90 for this DVD that he even thanked me for having it for sale.
Nice.
Yeah. So and I listed it on Facebook Marketplace, and it lasted maybe 3 hours and it was sold. So
well done.
Awesome. Oh, hey, Lee. Did you need that? I figured you would have had that. But Lee is a huge Kiss fan. Sorry, Lee. You didn't have that. All right. This is one of those things that lay around forever and then they sell because you never listed them. This was in my possession for 4 years. Listed for a day and it sold.
Wow.
Sold it for 110 and off it goes. Dude, I just figured you had that. You're a big collector. Why would I think? That's like you not thinking I have every Prince DVD. My bad, but I'll find you one. And then these just left today. And guess who took pictures of these, Debbie?
Stacy.
No, my first assistant.
Oh, it's been a while.
Oh, like 9 years. They have been bouncing around forever. House, office. Listed them this week, and I took a best offer of $200, and they're on their way today. So
you had the picture all this time, but you just now listed them?
Uh-huh.
Okay, because Bill said today, he goes, somebody talked about Mad Magazines because we have a bunch. So maybe it was you. We're going to get ours listed too.
Yeah, so,
That's a nice background. I don't recognize that.
It's the brick out back. We're trying to figure out a big place to do this fan job for the first picture. She did a good job, and then I never got around to actually listing it. And now they're listed and sold and gone.
Good.
Oops, jumped ahead. And now it's time for our CD and cassette scores of the week. And as always, we start with flipping cassettes. Oops. Agent Orange. Debbie, it's your favorite band. I know it is.
Oh, I've been looking for them.
Punk band, but punk is one of those really good genres to find in vinyl and cassette. And I paid 99 cents for this, and it sold for $20.
Nice.
So that was exciting because I always love selling $20 used cassettes. And now this is something I taught in my course, flipping vinyl records. This is the band Shrapnel. Yeah, I don't know them either.
Hey, I like the name.
But this is the white label promo. And so if you've never seen a white label promo, it's pretty much what it is. The label is white and it says promo. So bands that you've never heard of, not all of them, but some when on their white label promos will definitely be worth some money. I got $40 for this band that y'all ain't never heard of, including me. I never heard of this band. That's
a first.
Yeah. No, I mean, there's so many bands from the 70s and the 80s that you're just like, who? But, you do your research and then you find out, oh, this one's worth $40. Hey.
One hit wonders.
No hit, I don't think. And now we go from flipping cassettes to flipping CDs.
And I actually have one. And I realized we've already sold another one of these. I don't know where we got it, but we sold it for $15.99.
All right, so nice angle, but move in a little bit. You got too much space around it.
I will send that memo to my.
Yes, I saw this. I'm like, good angle because angle catches your eye. But yeah, too much space around it. Get in there a little bit. And wait, you found two?
I guess because it says we sold another one. So
I don't know where I found the comps on that specific one, Mary, because I did list it a while ago. Could have been Discogs, could have been eBay, could have been Terapeak eBay over the last year. You never know. You never know. All right, so that's Debbie's CD sale. Now look, this is that time where it's going to be a lesson besides what the CD is, because you'll probably never find the CD. The CD is not did not sell. There's so few copies in existence. That makes it rare. But there is a difference between rare and worth a lot of money and rare and no one gives a crap. This kind of fell in between. So no one had one for a long time. So I went pie in the sky, $100, but I had it listed for a long time. And finally, someone offered me 20. Now, based on some theories in other Facebook groups, if someone offers you less than half of what you're asking, you block them right away. No, I was hoping for 100. I was hoping for some fool who said, I need this for $100. Well, that person never came along. But a person with a $20 bill came along, and I only had $1 into it. So when I looked, okay, so I got that offer of $20. I go over to Discogs, and the last couple solds were 15. So that 20 was right in line. But at that moment I listed, no one else had one. So I tried. You should try too. But don't get mad when someone sends you an offer 1/5 of your asking, because that's all it's worth sometimes. So
especially when it's been a while.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I was like, yay, $20. Goodbye. You know, one of those where I'm just like, all right, I tried. And this one, speaking of trying, this is the Cramps, Like a Bad Girl Should. It's a CD single, 2 or 3 tracks on it. It was on Amazon forever, didn't sell. Moved it to eBay, didn't sell. And I was cleaning up one day, and I'm like, what the heck? I'll throw it back on Amazon for one more go round. And that was only like a week ago, and it sold for $25. So, and it was had no ranking on Amazon. That's how little of this sells. No ranking. But I caught the one person at the right time who wanted it for $25.
Cool. Good job.
And then this is a DVD audio, which is a special type of CD, and Chicago 5, and I sold it for $40.
Nice.
Oh, she for sure is not wearing underpants. You know what I'm saying?
TMI.
TMI. Oops, I had one more. Okay. Oh. Sometimes you got to put things together. Valley Girl, the first soundtrack, only sells for about $8. Valley Girl, the second one, sells for like $20, $25. So I put them together. I asked 50. It was on sale for 40, and someone took it. So I got what it's kind of worth as a lot. But that way, one sale, easy peasy. It was only listed for like 2 weeks. And it was kind of funny doing it this way, where the head and then just the feet. And now it's time. And now it's time for our duds of the week. Do not let our mistakes be yours. Oh, Robin's first concert was Chicago. I've never seen him in concert, so
I haven't either. I was going more for the harder rock stuff back in those days. So anyway, this video game, I'm gonna have to have Brian help us. It's been listed since 2016. I guess nobody digs the dog or the Doug, and nobody wants it, so it's a dud. Hang on.
How long you had it up? Did you say?
Since 2016.
Holy crap! Pull that down.
I know. I just forget. You know, they're done. They're up. Like you, somebody comes along finally, and the same with this. Man, I almost donated this quite a while. It's been listed since 2017, and all of a sudden, somebody bought it for full price.
Brian said he is watching, and Dig Dug is great. Wrong platform. So there you go.
Oh, we'll be talking, Brian.
I've always said country T-shirts just don't sell after the fact.
Yeah. Well, finally, but.
All right. So I was at an estate sale, and the woman had NYDJ skirts, and I'd never heard of the brand. Mm-mm. So I looked them up, and they weren't big sellers. And then I got home and sold this. Didn't even realize I had an NYDJ pair of pants listed. I got it in a lot. My assistant took care of it, so I didn't really even notice it. But it's not a big brand. So $15, I was happy to see it go. But don't go hunting for that brand, because it won't do you any good. And again, I thought I would try it. I thought this was funny. This is Ravine, the Impossibilist. He can teach you how to stop smoking and overeating through hypnosis. It's a sealed CD. I thought, oh, what the hell? I'll try it at $50 because weird stuff sells. Yeah. Didn't sell forever, and this was listed for well over a year. Had it on a 50% off sale at $25, and someone said $10, And I said, sure. I paid a bucket savers. You know, you never know when these weird out of left field things are going to sell well. This one wasn't one of those, but I tried and I made money. But, you know, you got to try it. But don't get mad when someone offers you a low amount. Just get rid of it. That's the big thing.
Yes.
Get rid of your, hey, I gambled. It failed.
And now it's time for Where in the World Did Our Stuff Go? If you are not shipping internationally, you are leaving out 7.3 billion with a B potential customers.
Oh my God, Lisa knows who that is. I don't know who that is. Holy crap, that's crazy.
Well, I wonder if she ever let him hypnotize her.
Oh, is that what that is? Not your daughter's jeans. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's right. That's supposed to be a good brand. Oh, wow. Okay, so this book, German book, went to Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada. And I thought that was kind of a cool city because these are planes. It's about planes. When planes take off, it kind of sounds like thunder. So anyway, somebody in Canada had to have it.
Thunder. Now, usually I have a picture of the map, but I wanted to show you the listing because, you know, when a customer asks a question and that question involves them buying a lot of stuff, take care of them.
Yes.
So this is the Den of Sin glass, the Mai Tai glass for our home bar. If you'd like one, they're for sale on eBay.
Yes,
and there's the front with our logo devil, and then the back is a vintage Las Vegas look to it. And I had a list, a multi listing with 6 available. And so a customer from Australia said, "What if I buy all 6?" Ooh. And I said, "All right, let me make it easy. I'll figure out the shipping. I'll make a listing for all 6." And so I did that, and he bought right away. So we switched it up instead of having to buy one at a time, or buying a multiple 6 and then trying to figure out shipping. Yeah. I said, all right, just get it all done. So they paid $126 for all 6 shipping, and they're on their way to Australia right now. So when your customer says, "Hey, I like to buy multiples, can you help me out because it's international?" Just go remake the listing just for them. Yeah. Now, if someone else grabbed it, oh well. But typically no one else is like, "I need 6 Den of Sin glasses right away." But take care of your customers, because you never know when someone in Australia wants to have a tiki party and they're like, "I need your glassware, Jason."
That is so cool. The Den of Sin being represented in Australia.
Hell yeah. Now I gotta give me some stickers because I should have had some stickers to throw in, but I've never made stickers, but that's coming soon.
Go on Mule Sticker Mule or whatever it's called.
And now it's time for You Have Got to Be Shipping Me. What to do and what not to do when it comes to shipping.
Okay. Ordered regional A boxes. We use them quite a bit. So comparing them to like a padded flat rate, they're about the same. They go by zone. So in California here, I mean, I have people buy from us in San Francisco, which is just kind of over the hill. I'd rather use the box than the padded flat rate. So anytime I have an opportunity to use it. Now, as we go across the country, I think I can go to Idaho, as far as like Idaho, and it's still about the same price as a flat rate. But to send that to the East Coast would be like $12. So, depending on weight and everything. So order these both, there's a top loading and then the regular box size. Order those free from the USPS, have them in your hand or your stock to use. You can use them on Pirate Ship. You can, I don't know if we can use them on eBay yet. Pirate Ship we can.
Oh, so Lee, you need a new Den of Sin glass. Why don't you tell me, brother? I'll take care of you. Yeah, so the one's called top load and the one's called side load. Always have both, because although they hold the same dimension, it's for different things. Yeah. I would use a side load for like sports coats and stuff.
Yes, so stock those.
Okay, so I didn't have a shipping tip as of 8:30 this morning, but 9 a.m. when my teenage assistant walked over and said, "I sold this. I have no clue how to ship it. Can you help me?" I said, "Okay, first lesson you should know by now. Don't ever sell something and then be like, uh-oh." Now, luckily, I live 4 doors away, or my office is 4 doors away, so she knew she can come over and get shipping material in boxes, and I would help figure it out. I had never shipped nothing like this, but my dad, Big Daddy, would be proud. This isn't something that was all that fragile, but I definitely had to wrap some bubble around it. So the feathers were fanned out in the back like that, and then the beak was a little skinny. So pool noodles to protect that. And then I even put a little around the legs, again, so I could get in there a little bit tighter and not have to worry about it. So I got it all wrapped up with bubble. Oops, way out of order. Okay, so I got it in this perfect box.
Nice.
I wanted the beak up and the tail up. So those 3 pool noodles in the corner are keeping the tail up, so it's not resting on anything. And then there's a little pool noodle on the right keeping the beak up. And then we just let it rain down peanuts and got them all underneath and shook it down in there and got it all locked and loaded. And there we go. Now, I've never shipped anything like that, but if you should have all your tools at your ready, that you're like, okay, I never shipped a wooden pheasant, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah. And that box wasn't oversized?
Nope.
Oh, good.
Nope. It was perfect. And that is a bolo. I don't know the artist, but with shipping and tax, the customer spent $500.
Oh my gosh. Was it like metal or was it like
No, it was wood. So yeah, I was very happy to help them out to make sure
oh my
it
gosh.
gets to I think New York City all in one piece.
Nice.
And now it's time for the Thrifty Tips of the Week. Little tips and tricks to help you out when you're outsourcing.
Oops. Goodbye to you. There we go.
Okay. I was watching some videos and different things last night, and I was thinking, okay, what sells? What's a good place to find things that sell? So I Googled that. What sells the most on eBay? CNET.com had an article come up, and they had 7 things. So I went crayons. Okay. I would never think. I mean, I have crayons for my kids still. So I found some solds, and you can see some prices there, but you can sell them like $3 to $5 a pound. And so if you go to a garage sale or a thrift store and you find a whole bunch of crayons. So what I did, go into sold, click highest, and just spend some time learning about crayons. There's other things that go with crayons. There's a crayon machine or melter or something. So I learned about it. It's something, I don't know. And then one of the other things was remote controls. And I hear people talk about remote controls. So I went to highest, and there's one there, a crazy one that's sold for a lot of money. And then I see, well, people sell them by the lots. So if you know remote controls, maybe buy a lot and part them all out. And then, so I went to highest, and then I went to the lowest, and a lot of them only sell for like $4. So it kind of took away my excitement about looking for remote controls. But this way, if you spend some time in sold, like watching TV or whatever on eBay, you kind of learn what to look for, because I don't want to go in a thrift store and scan and look up every single remote control looking for one that could be worth money. So when you spend some time looking, you kind of start to recognize brand names. And so just Google what sells the most on eBay, or, see what comes up.
Elisa's got a ton of crayons.
Oh, gallons. Ooh, she's got so many.
All right. So I've got this. Now, it may look like a microphone, but no. Oh, it's a massager.
Oh.
Who knows where that's been?
Oh, gosh.
So here's my tip. I went to an estate sale on Friday that had tons of great mid-century modern art and lamps. And although we were, and I brought 2 people with me, and although we were like 12th, 13th, and 14th in line, numbers 1 through 11, but all the good stuff that I wanted for myself, for my personal. But we did buy some stuff to flip. And then I said to Stacy, I said, hey, there was a desk I really liked, but the desk was $550. So it's $275 on a half off day. Let's go see if it's there. The desk was no longer there. So someone did pay $550 for it on the first day. But second day, as most estate sales are, is 50% off day. And so I did not see this 1960s, maybe personal massager and on the day 1, but it was there on day 2. And since it was only $6 and they sell for $40, heck yeah. Ooh. So just because you didn't get there on day 1 doesn't mean there isn't deals on day 2. I got a brand new with tags, Tommy Bahama skirt, and 2 dresses new with tags on day 2. So things I left behind on day 1, I got on day 2. So you either got to be there number 1 or stroll in towards the end and cut some deals.
Yeah, I think they find stuff, maybe in the attic or something. They bring stuff out. But I got to ask, I know how badly you wanted one of those items. How come you weren't there like at 4 a.m. and you were first in line?
Well, I was 12th. And the problem with COVID is, if we were able to just go in like the old days, I had 6 hands and we would have been probably okay. But they're only allowing 10 at a time. So those first 10 got to lollygag and do their picking. So,
oh, well.
Lose some. Yes, it is just a microphone. Hello, I'll be back to pick you up later. Good looking. Now from Ronco, Mr. Microphone. We'll see how old people are. They were like, I remember that commercial.
And now it's time for our online selling tips of the week. It doesn't matter if you're selling on Etsy, Depop, Mercari, Poshmark, or eBay. These are little tips and tricks to help you when you're selling.
Okay, I was doing research for something recently. I don't remember what it was, but I thought, oh, there's a way to take out words that you don't want. So I set this up. So let's say you do a search for books. Number one, there's 36 million books. So then you put the dash sign or the minus sign and take out, take out religious. Okay, now we're only down to 906,000 books. Then if you also can minus paperback, and it keeps getting smaller and smaller. So when you're doing specific things, you're looking for things, you don't want everything in there. So any words you can take out to reduce it down to closer to what you're exactly looking for, that's how you do it.
Easy peasy. Ooh, mom wants to be first in line tomorrow at an estate sale. Can't wait to see what she finds.
She better get there at 4 a.m., Peggy.
Okay, so there's this thing called Facebook Marketplace Assistant. When you list things on Facebook Marketplace, it will give you notes from time to time. It'll show up in your regular messenger, but I got to imagine that most people don't pay attention and ignore it. So I listed this Harold Lloyd box set a couple days ago. Your listing has received 2 views, ooh, whoop-de-doo, and 1 save from interested buyers. If you lower the listing price, we'll notify these buyers, watchers really, of the new price. Would you like that option to lower it? And the option I have is sure or not now. I'm not going to do it just yet because I just listed it, but they'll also say, hey, it's been a while. Have you sold this? And if it's no, they'll say, do you want us to refresh it? And then you can refresh it. So when you get the notes from Facebook Marketplace Assistant, read them, pay attention to them.
So you didn't have to sign up for that. It's just kind of comes.
No, it just happens. Just happens.
Oh, that is awesome.
So make sure, because I got to imagine most people just look on by and they just don't even pay attention to it. All right, and our last segment before we get our guests in here.
And now it's time for Unseasonably Sold. What did you sell out of season?
Guess how long this was listed for?
Okay, knowing you, 2015.
Oh, no, not that bad. 2017. Actually, my daughter, when she'd go to parties, she goes, Mom, I need a shirt. So we take it out of inventory and she'd wear it to a party, wash it, put it back. But yeah, it just sold the other day. I mean, Christmas is what, just a couple of months ago. And this decides to sell now for $19.99.
That's hilarious that someone needed that right now. So Lisa, you get the notifications all the time. Do you read them and do you actually do anything or you just let them go by? That was the question. And how long should you wait? I don't know. I mean, it's only been 3 days, so that's way too soon. But, if a week's gone by and no one's picked it up, I'll lower it and see if that person who liked it will grab it.
So you'll get that assistant will come back again and say, hey, remember this?
Yep.
Okay, good.
All right. And somebody on March 3rd said, you know what? I need that Carnegie Hall Christmas concert from 1949. So, I love to know what was happening in their day, but I paid $10 for this. It's Charlie Parker, Max Roach, Miles Davis, one hell of a Christmas show, $49. And I did pay $10 at a record store. So
maybe it's a person that bought my Christmas sweater and they wanted the music too.
All right, let's do a little housekeeping first. Holy guacamole. It's Elisa's birthday today, and I got a little graphic. There we go.
Happy birthday.
So we love every single person that's in the chat, but there are a couple of you who are freaking hilarious, and Elisa is definitely one of them all the time. So we wanted to wish her a big old happy birthday.
Is she in the chat?
Yeah, she's in the chat.
I can't look at chat because I get too distracted.
I know. So Debbie got some balloons for you and a card.
Yeah. Okay, I am going to read this. Can you guys see this card? What?
Yeah.
Okay. Some people have good looks. Some people have charm. Some have intelligence. You have all of these, plus an amazing sense of humor that keeps us laughing. And all of us to wish you a happy birthday. Woo! We love you, Elisa. Thanks.
So I see you guys all wishing Elisa happy birthday in the chat. Thanks. That's awesome. Happy birthday, Elisa. All right. Let's talk about upcoming shows and then we'll get our guests in here. All right. If you didn't read it yet, that's a lot of reading. The eBay spring seller update came out this week. I did read it, disseminate it into a Cliff Notes version. That post is in the thrifting board. Again, I didn't see too much bad, more good than anything. And some of you don't like to read a lot. I get that. So you'd rather just listen. So Mom and I are going to talk about it on Sunday. We both read it and we both took our own notes. So we'll see what resonated in my mom's head and what resonated in mine that I liked the most and what I didn't like. And so to know what you need to be switching or not switching coming up. So that is Sunday, 7 o'clock East Coast, 4 o'clock on the West Coast.
I have to share my tip about these releases, okay?
Yes.
I don't read them. I don't go in the groups and freak out and read everybody. The sky's falling and all that stuff. I just wait for you to digest it for us. And I'm excited for the show because then I don't have to try to figure it all out myself and waste all that time. Just give me the low, and I go on.
Yep.
Oh, that's a cute.
And then for those of you in the Secret Beach, it is our cocktail party this Sunday, immediately following going past your expiration date. And so we're going to be talking about flipping vinyl records. So if you haven't watched it yet, it is a two-parter, so it's quite a bit of content. Watch it before Sunday, and then we will have a drink. Oh, and also it is a moo-moo party, so wear your best moo-moo. Like all my parties, you don't have to have a moo-moo. But if you do, cool. You don't have to drink, but if you like to, cool. So that is Sunday night. And then on Monday, we're doing a husband and wife store review in the Secret Beach, Denise and Rich. Now, I don't have a guest lined up for next Thursday's Thrifty Business, but I'm going to go visit one tomorrow, and maybe we'll get a return guest on. All right.
Yes.
Let's get to woohoo moo-moo party. Moo excited for the party. Look at you guys.
Oh, guys too. Guys can wear moo-moos too.
Oh, I'll be wearing my moo-moo.
So will my husband.
I'll be wearing my moo-moo. Bill's got his moo-moos. We've done our moo-moo days. All right, let's get our guests in here, shall we?
And now it's time for the Thrifty Business special guest of the week.
Hey, Ken and Anna.
You're both there. Yay!
We made it. I have seen Jason in a moo-moo. It is something to behold.
Well, thanks, I think. So, Anna, how was your day?
Busy.
Yeah, and that's what we're talking about tonight. Whoops, let's get rid of the upcoming shows part. Me and Debbie will just squat the rest of the show.
What?
There we go. Yeah, so let's make you guys big and us small. All right, so we're gonna back up in a minute to kind of how you guys met and how you became sellers, but I gotta imagine we're all the same where we get to the end of the day and go, man, I wish I had more hours in the day, but you guys have 4 teenagers, 4 dogs, an eBay business, a co-business, and Anna, you're a professor, right? Professor?
Yep, that's right.
How in the heck do you guys fit all that into a day?
I don't know, but it's fun. I don't know. I always like being busy, so it's good for me.
Workaholic.
I like being busy too, but and I never had kids, so I don't understand. I don't know that part of it. But to have teenagers, don't they have to go somewhere like every 5 minutes, and to have 4 of them?
Have you heard of a thing called COVID?
So
well, this year, but you had those teenagers 2 years ago too.
True.
It's like eating an elephant, right? That old adage. It's just one bite at a time. And then in thinking about it, it really is just as got one
Teenager needs me.
And see, like that, she's gone.
It's just as it comes, right? And so first thing of the day, get that done. All right, I got 30 minutes to be on the computer and list. 30 minutes is over. Okay, got to get to the next thing. Phone chimes in. I got a client that wants to see a house. All right, now I'm working on real estate. That gets all figured out. Okay, I'm back on my computer. I'm fixing listings. I'm putting something else up. Same thing. So when Anna is on the computer with school, she's answering student emails. She's fixing problems in her classrooms, things like that online. And then when she's got a few minutes, then, or she gets a text from a client, then okay, now she's doing real estate for a few minutes, you know. So it's just Tetrising. Maybe that's another analogy we can use. It's like everything's just, it's cogs. Like how many things can we think of, puzzle pieces? You just fit it all in.
Yeah, and it's worked out really well. So yeah.
You guys get to the end of the day and go, oh crap, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. Oh, we forgot a kid at soccer practice. Okay.
I must not forget things because I'm like, no.
It's not that we forget. It's just that, you know, like any kind of time management, you go, well, I'm doing that tomorrow because I didn't do it today.
And I'm a big lister, so I keep a list of things I need to do. So yeah, I'm a big lister.
All right, Debbie, here's the $1 million question to Anna. Actual list or on your phone? Pen and paper or on your phone?
Well, it's both, actually. So I go back and forth because I just like lists. So mostly I have one right by my desk area that I like to physically, you know, see them go away.
It's a notebook.
But yeah, a little notebook. Especially my real estate stuff. I keep that in a specific spot. It's all very compartmentalized. I'm very organized, but I do like lists. I like checking things off a list, you know. So but I do have like my grocery list is on my phone, you know, but you know, things to do. And mostly
a picture of our grocery list. So I have a picture in my phone of our grocery list because I always look at it at the store.
So wait, Deb, you write the grocery list down and then take a picture of it?
Yeah.
Why not just type it in your phone? That's like a 2-step process.
I don't know.
I just recently stopped doing that, Debbie. I just recently stopped doing that. I finally figured out how to do notes in my phone, and that's where I have my shopping list.
Now, tip number 1. That's good. I could just text the list to Bill. I do text myself notes at times. If I want to remember, I just text it to Debbie Weeder, and then I have that text.
All right. So now let's back up a smidge. How long ago did you two meet?
Well, we've been married for 25 years,
number.
and we met probably 9 months before that. So 26 years,
yeah,
probably.
that's probably right.
And was it love at first sight?
No, I guess we technically met once, and then I completely forgot about him, and a year later met again, and he totally remembered me, but I didn't remember you.
Whoa.
So I like to say that I'm unforgettable, and you know.
And I am.
And he is. No, Ken.
All right. So when you first got married, what were you doing work-wise, both of you?
Oh, that's funny. Because between the two of us, we had like 5 jobs. So I was working at an elementary school as an aide, and at Baskin Robbins, and at Bob's Big Boy. Yep, as a waitress. And what were yours? You were doing.
I was working at a music store called Record Town. I don't think they even have those anymore. And I think that's all I had.
No, the radio job.
Well, that was after, right? And so,
Like
but
right away.
we've had dozens of jobs.
Yeah.
I've worked at restaurants. I worked at a radio station.
Pacific Sunwear.
Yeah, Sunwear clothing, a cookie store.
Oh, it was the cookie store. That's where you were working. That was your other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, you guys have done it all. Holy cow.
And going to school, right?
And
Going to school. She's the smart one. She finished. I just took fun classes.
He did just take fun classes. Then
Yeah,
going to college.
you know,
I was going to college.
we get notes from our guests. I have Debbie get notes. So like even like on Jimmy Kimmel, they get notes, and the notes are, here's all the important classes that Anna took, and I just took fun classes.
Yep.
But the
So
yin and the yang.
when our oldest son was 6 weeks old, I lost my job at the restaurant, and then that's when I started staying home. I'm a stay-home dad. That's my first job. And she finished up school, and as soon as she finished up, she landed a teaching job, and we were good from there.
Yep.
Nice.
So was that a conscious decision or talked about, or did it just happen? You're like, I'm going to stay home and you go work. I'll raise the kids.
It wasn't, you know, because when he got let go at his cooking job, you know, basically they were paying him too much and could find someone else to work for cheaper. He trained his replacement not knowing it. So when that happened, it was already hard to juggle having a 6-week-old and how do we go to class and go to work and all of that. So we just kind of made it work. And so at that point, it was a conscious decision, but it was out of that necessity of he didn't have a job and we had a kid. And yeah. So.
She was at school during the day and I was at home. She would get home from school and I would leave to go to the cooking job. And then I would get home late at night. And then the next morning, she's up and out the door to go to school. I'm home with the baby. Middle of the day, kind of switch again. We were doing that the whole time. We didn't have our first son until we were already married 6 years. And so we were very familiar with each other.
Yeah. So it was already very stable, you know? Yeah.
To answer your question, yes, it was a conscious decision. We knew that one of us would be home all the time.
Yeah.
We knew that we didn't want to have like a nanny or somebody long-term that way. It would always be one of us. And when I lost the job and she was almost done, almost had that master's degree, we just said, well, we'll just tough it out for a while. And then
almost had that bachelor's degree. Because
teaching. Was master's.
Nope, it was bachelor's. Dude, I did the school. I know that part.
This is fun. So which was it?
It was bachelor's because master's, I had the microscope at home and was totally, I already had 2 kids.
Did you do the mapping for master's?
No, that's bachelor's.
Okay, then I'm wrong. That's how easy it is.
Debbie, Ken saying something that's made me think. When I lost my job that I love from the record store chain that I worked for, I realized I didn't really realize it till now, till today. Yeah, I trained my replacement too for less money. You saying that made me think. I'm like, oh yeah, but I never really put that together and said it out loud ever. But yeah, that sucks when that happens. But it's a good thing because if you hustle and work hard, you end up in a better place than you would have been, and you're much more fulfilled in your life. At least I am. I think you guys are. So, all right. So, what was the first thing you taught, Anna?
First thing I taught,
age or grade wise.
Yeah. So actually, as the teacher, it was 9th grade Earth Science and 10th grade biology. So, yep.
So, as Ken said, the smart classes.
No, the fun classes. They are fun classes.
Well, and then you worked your way up to being. Now, where do you teach nowadays?
Oh yeah, so that was at a high school, and then we moved to a whole different city, whole different school district, and I did that for many years. So I've taught 12 years in high school, and then landed the dream college job,
full-time tenure track.
Right. So it's good. It's really nice. So, and it was kind of, again, one of those things where I was happy teaching at the high school. I loved it, loved my students, all of that. But a lot of the field trips were being canceled for budget reasons. And so, we'd have to fundraise for our own trips and so it was a lot of that. And I need to go on field trips. So it was really nice that it worked out, the timing. But I worked part-time for 5 years as a part-time adjunct instructor at the colleges, many colleges. That's when I had 5 jobs at one time. Me, 5 jobs, working that resume and just making it work to try and land the dream job. So now I can go on field trips anytime I want and I don't have to fundraise. How good is that? So
and make your own schedule.
And make my own schedule. Oh my gosh, that's nice. Yeah.
All right, so you become a professor. Ken staying at home. Now, how long you guys been selling on eBay?
My first sale was in December of 2006. So 14 years.
But that was very small in the beginning.
That was very small in the beginning. Yeah. And just like anything else, I just started with things that I either had around the house or that my dad kept giving me that I didn't need. And then as I looked, I'm like, people do this for real, so why can't I? And that's how I found the thrifting board, I think right in its infancy, really, I believe. And other YouTubers and people who were doing it for real. I say for real. And just tried to emulate everything that you guys were talking about. And I think I'm successful. I wouldn't say I'm a big time seller, but I got 800 listings. I sell about 50 items a month. I mean, that's not huge, but
yeah, but you make goals like
it's enough for me.
Some of our fun habits. It's paid for all of our fun stuff, really. So.
Well, and that's the great thing because Anna, Debbie, is like Bill, your husband. Hang on, I'm going to mute you guys for a sec. And Stacy, my wife, because although it's more Ken, Anna's now got the eye. And so she's watched her spouse do it. And now when they walk into places, it's not 2 eyes looking, it's 4 eyes looking. And that really, really helps. So I think Bill likes thrifting. Yeah, Deb?
Oh, yeah. I think more than I do now.
Oh, and Stacy didn't used to like it, but she does now. So Anna, were you always a thrifter, or did you get to know to like it, or how was that process?
You should have seen me in high school. I've thrifted like a long time. My high school clothes were all from thrift stores, but I was that weird kid at school that liked to stand out for weird reasons. So yeah, so I very much I remember like telling Ken, like, look, there's a yard sale, we should totally go there. He's like, oh, no. But now we both do. So I've totally taken over that part of getting him excited about good deals. So.
And the kids, do they like the thrift?
No.
Wait, okay. Yes and no. They don't. Whenever we're like, oh, we're just gonna stop in at Goodwill, they're like,
if we're driving around, we're like, hey, we're just gonna pull in. Oh, they're like, 3 hours later.
yeah.
Right. So when they were younger and I had to take them with me, like, see, now they're at the age I can leave them at home. Sometimes they were younger, I had to take them with me. And so they would be stuck in the thrift store for like a couple of hours as I'm like combing through, looking for the gems and the things. And so it actually kind of became like, I took their DSs, I pick them up from school, they just sit in the corner on their DSs.
But the girls liked it because one time they found what we now call kangaroo money because they opened a little pocket in the kangaroo.
A kangaroo plush toy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I told the kid, hey, I'm going to keep looking. You guys look at the toys. Look at the toys. Distraction,
Yeah, and so they unzipped the little kangaroo pocket and out pull $100 bill. $100 bill. So kangaroo money. So they liked that day. And then, yeah, our daughter going to her friend's house all the time because we buy a lot of our stuff that we just have for ourselves, And so our daughter has become very thrifty. And her friends the other day when she was over there, they were like, well, where do you like to shop? And she was like, oh, totally Goodwill. And they're like, what? And she's like, yeah, you can get like, a shirt for $1. We have Dollar Day out here. I don't know if you guys do, but yeah. So like you can get, all your clothes for $1 each. And they're like, wait. So you don't like they mentioned a bunch of stores like Old Navy and, not high-end places.
21.
Yeah. And she's like, I don't think I've been in one of those. Yeah, yeah, she's like, I haven't been to a mall. What? So I don't know. But she was very happy to tell her friends about it. She isn't shy about that stuff at all, and she'd prefer to get good deals. So I think we've taught her well.
Thrifty.
So, yeah, thrifty.
All right, so we've set the stage for the part of the story that's going to make everyone go, what? Okay, 4 kids. Now, pre-COVID, kids got places to be. They got things to do. You're a professor. You guys sell on eBay. So you become realtors?
Yeah.
What? I just like...
So when you have financial goals, and the way that you get there is you got to sell things that are a lot bigger than a shirt on the rack. You start buying and selling houses.
Yeah, it started with our own wanting to just be on the deals ourselves, and we're like, it can't be too hard, and so
upgrading our own homes.
Yeah, because we basically buy a house, live in it, and then we buy a different one and rent the first one out. And then move, buy another one, and rent that one out. So we've been collecting houses,
Monopoly.
And then, every time.
Monopoly, yes.
So we figured we might as well get the commission, and we lost out on some good deals, some houses that we really wanted.
Because the agents were not really on it.
Was not as on it as when we knew that they weren't. So after a couple of those, we're like, okay, we know we are on it. We would totally make that deal. So
we'd be good agents.
We'd be good agents.
Yeah, that's what we told ourselves.
So we basically took some classes,
took the tests,
and there we are.
Found a broker that liked us.
Yeah,
and,
we've got a great broker. So it works out well.
so we can buy and sell for ourselves, and we can help other people buy and sell their own.
Yep.
Perfect.
Angelique said, "You give house hoarders a whole new name, a whole new meaning." I mean, it's just amazing to me, Debbie, that they can find the time to do all of that. I'm just like, and all those moves, I'm like, oh, I don't want to move.
Anna is a morning person. That's a big
True.
thing, right? She says she does all her best thinking in the morning, so she's up way before I am. That's one thing.
He's a night person.
I'm more of a night
for
person,
sure.
so if I have to stay up late working on stuff to meet goals, then I'm happy to do that. The real estate business caters to both of those because pretty much anytime you're making the deal, they're there to do the deal with you.
Yep.
I see your pictures all the time because you guys do the real estate as a team, and so when you've got a new house, I see them on Facebook all the time. You're smiling faces from behind the mask and showing off your houses, and it just, although I'm not in your neighborhood buying houses, it makes me smile to see you guys doing that together. So,
And I love the Hawaiian shirts that you wear.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did. There was a month back where I was doing, well, it's, Aloha Friday. So, you got to wear the Aloha shirt. So I should do that more often because I actually have people that I run into that know me and say, hey, it's Friday. How come you're not wearing a Hawaiian shirt?
It's like, well, it's just that month, but you could probably do it.
Our business cards have pineapples on them.
Yep. We have ties to Hawaii and his family. So.
Yeah. My mom grew up there.
Yep.
So speaking of shirts, I know, Deb, you don't know, but there might be a few people in the chat who do. When Ken and I were doing a trial run earlier today, he goes, "You like my shirt?" There it is. Bam. And it was a little more cut off, so he stood up, and I'm like, okay, I could have had 1,000 guesses. I would have never guessed you were going to show up in a Nitzer Ebb shirt today. So for those who don't know, Nitzer Ebb's an industrial band, and I just did not expect that at all. Such a kick-ass shirt too. Yeah, see, Lisa knows. I knew there'd be a couple in there who knew Nitzer Ebb. I saw them in concert many moons ago in Cleveland with KMFDM. That was a great show.
Oh.
They're not a new band.
No, not at all. Are they still together?
I have no idea.
I was gonna say, I didn't even know.
I'm only listening to the albums from the 90s by them anyway. So
yeah, that's true. All right, so when you do the eBay business, let's get down to that because that's what everyone in the chat does. Do you both do the same thing? Like one day Anna's listing, the next day you're listing. Do you break it down? And the big question: you have 4 teenagers. Do they help?
I do the fun part.
She does the fun part.
I do the sourcing.
When you call us 4 eyes, then that's the part that she helps with the most is finding things that I don't necessarily find. Then once I get to our house, then it's mine.
Yeah, totally.
I photograph it all, I list it all, I package it all. She does go to the post office for me.
I do.
Yeah,
I often
even
do the
today.
post office,
Even today.
but I don't package it or any of that. Weighing it, no.
No,
She
and
does
because I'm mostly doing it at the times when the kids are busy, this is kind of like what I do when they're off doing their other things, then they don't often help. Though I hope to share with them that they can do this on whatever their career is. You can always do eBay on the side. It's a great side hustle if it's not your main income maker. I have friends all the time that are asking me to help them figure out eBay, and I help them, and then they don't really do it because it actually takes work. But it's an awesome side hustle because you might find a pheasant that you can sell for like $500. I would have never looked at that pheasant twice.
Yeah.
No, me neither. So yeah, the teenager calls me or texts me before she comes to work. She's like, "Hey, we got this thing that we sold, and I don't got the right packing material." And I'm like, "All right, come on over." And then I gave her the lesson: don't ever sell anything without being ready, because if I wasn't here,
Oh, yeah.
what are you gonna do? But luckily, I have a box boneyard in my garage. I go, all right. So we measured the bird tip to tail, and all right. I go, all right. Add 2 inches on. We'll find a box that long. Here's the measuring tape, and come back. And then she did it pretty quick, and then we just kind of figured it out. And that's the thing where I'm like, I wish someone would just show up one day and be like, here, Jason, here's 6 weird things. It's a contest. How do you pack them? Go. So, Deb, do your kids like to thrift at all?
They did when they were younger. My daughter used to be so mad until she discovered mud jeans in the thrift store. Oh, she was happy. Yeah. So when they were younger, they did. I used to pay them to go find certain books, but I didn't let them out of sight, very, very far out of my sight anyway. But yeah, I don't think they do it now. They just take stuff that we have, maybe.
That's how they thrift. They thrift your thrifty goodies. Like, thanks, Mom. Bye. So how many houses? You got any houses listed right now, guys?
We don't have very many listings. We're mostly helping people buy.
Yeah, we've got, I don't know, 6 or 7 buyers right now that we're taking around and showing places. We always forget to take pictures at stinking houses.
Yeah, the pictures that you see are like half of the ones that we go to because half the time we're too busy, and forget to take a moment to snap a picture.
Yep. So we do lots of buying classes, but not as much listing. But we do have a couple that are coming up soon for some people we know that are going to list. But right now we don't have any listings. Lots of going to see them.
All right, Brian is our wrangler in the chat for a thumbs up. So come on, we got 131 people watching live. Only 55 thumbs up. Give Anna. Anna came right from what was it, horse riding practice?
Yep.
I mean,
Are you
right in, right to the seat. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Brian's eating hot peeps if you don't give a thumbs up.
I was going to say real quick, when I asked Ken to be on the show, I asked him, so as real estate agents, do you find stuff, you get to thrift in people's homes. You're looking at these houses that are going for sale. Does anybody go, hey, would you take all this? Because I don't want this stuff anymore. And he said, no, you don't really do too much of that yet, right?
Yeah, not so far. I think if we had listings, maybe that would be the case. There was a house that we were looking as an investment for ourselves that had a whole bunch of old stuff in it, and I said, we'll just tell them as is, leave the stuff, because there was enough cool old retro stuff in there that I was like, their toaster was awesome.
Right,
like,
yeah.
There was a bunch of things in there that I'm like, I bet I could flip that. I bet I could flip that. But ended up not getting the house. But I imagine you could do that. Probably just depends on the relationship with the client.
Yep.
And everyone's asking where you live.
Inland Empire, California, near the Redlands area.
IE?
The IE, the 909.
The 909, what up?
We grew up in the 626.
My hometown, that's where I grew up.
818 before it was 626.
Going way back.
So I have to
She's
ask,
from Pasadena.
what is the coolest sale? I know what it is. The coolest sale that you sold, and how much did that sell for?
So the coolest sale I told you about was actually pretty early on. One of the hobbies that I do is I'm involved with Boy Scouts of America. So I have patches and I find patches. People get me patches because they know I'm a patch guy. So this little shoulder patch from probably the 40s or 60s. That's 20 years difference, but it was old. I had it up at auction and it went for $1,200. It was a little, just 3-inch piece of fabric that was embroidered with, I don't even remember what it said, but it sold for $1,200. I was going to put a stamp on an envelope to send that when I listed it, and when it went for $1,200, it went next day air. I paid like $26 so that they get it as fast as possible because I did not want to have that thing lost in the mail.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
That is awesome. All right, let's wrap up with your duds and scores. Whoops. Let me put me and Debbie back in here too.
That's a dud.
Didn't fit you?
Well, no. So I had another shirt that was that same brand. Is it Staring at Stars?
Yep.
And I had 2 things that were both black, both kind of lacy, and I sent them the wrong one. So I ended up having to send the real one that they wanted to purchase and let them keep the other one, which wasn't their size, but that's how it goes.
That happens, but always good job taking care of your customers.
All right, this one's a dud because in shipping, it got punctured through the shipping, the padded envelope, And when they got it, they said, does not match the pictures. So I want to return it as item not as described, which I'm like, it just got a hole in it. But anyway, I took it back. It's actually sitting right over there. I need to relist it for a lower price.
Well, I didn't think I'd see the word coochie in the chat tonight, but that jumper doesn't have enough coochie cover. All right, so what is this?
All right, so that's a score because R.I.P. Dustin Diamond, right?
Oh, wow.
This was in my profits pile, and Dustin Diamond had died, and it was like, if you have anything from Saved by the Bell, now would be the time to put it up. And so I prioritized the listing on that one, and it sold, I think, the same day.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I thought it was a regular T-shirt, and now I see that it was Loot Crate. So now I'm like, oh yeah, duh.
Yeah.
All right, how about this kick-ass Max boxer shirt?
So this is a brand I'm not that familiar with, and when I saw it at the Goodwill, I was like, this is so outrageous. It's got to be worth something. So I looked it up in the store and was very pleasantly surprised at what shirts like this go for from Max Boxer. And so it was in my store for a while, but when it did sell, it sold for a lot.
Nice.
Well done.
All right.
Fighters tennis shoes.
Those are awesome.
Yeah. So these just came out a couple weeks, or I guess it's been a few weeks now, but they sold at the Van store for $80 out the door, and they were hot because they were selling out the day of. And I flipped 2 pair for that price that you see there, $186.89.
Basically.
So over $100 profit on each of those pairs of shoes. One went to Australia, and the other one went to New York.
Nice. I'd buy those.
Yeah, not as big of a sale, but I thought we'd end on a see-through bra.
Nice. Hey, I'm not shy about being the bald, weird guy in the bra section at all. Finding the big bras is a fun thing to do. And so I found that one, and it was $signs, and so I picked it up. New with tags. Those meshy, sheer, see-through ones sell good.
Yep. That is awesome. All right. Well, look, we're at the top of the hour, and I feel like we didn't even scratch the surface. So I definitely want to have you guys back on, and because I'm still amazed at your energy and your drive, and I hope that's what people take away from this show tonight is, the energy and drive that our guests have. Whoops, let's get rid of that. Because everyone can have that, but you got to do it. You can't say I'm gonna hustle. You can't just say it. You got to get out there. You got to hustle. And you got to hustle hard.
Doing it.
Yeah.
So Ken, what's your store name again?
My store name is Anna's Cute Ken.
Because he is.
Cute Ken. Okay, because I want to tell everybody, shop his store. Shop their store as a thank you for having them on. Go look around in there. You might find something you need.
And if you're in the IE,
so I have to be the Cute Ken.
Yep.
And if you're in the IE and need a realtor, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
As my mom said, fantastic couple, love their lifestyle, and I love their drive. See, Heather's got a drive but no energy. That's the thing. You got to have them both together, the drive and the energy together, or you can't get it done. So after a long day for the two of you, I do appreciate you guys being on. We've definitely not spent enough time together, but the time we have spent together, I do love hanging out with you guys. So next time we're hanging in the IE, we're going to hang out.
Nice.
Cool.
Let us see my dad. My dad's down in the IE, and we got to cruise with these guys.
Secret beaches.
Cruising partners together. That was fun too.
Hell yeah! They somehow found a time to take a vacation. Awesome. All right, everybody. Thank you very much. I'll see you all with my mom and Secret Beachcombers cocktail party right after with a moo-moo. Get your moo-moo out, Ken. I know you got one. I know you do. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Deb. Have a good evening, everybody. And don't forget, thumbs up and give us a follow if you haven't before. And we'll see you around the thrift board. Bye.